Welcome back, welcome back. It's your girl Sunshine on the Rip the Mic show with our guest today, Class Dollas. How you doing, love?
I'm good. How you doing?
Happy New Year. I'm doing good.
Happy
Thank you
New
for
Year.
asking.
Yeah.
You looking good?
Appreciate it.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate it.
So, what made you decide to say yes to this interview?
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Come on with it. We want it.
There's a lot of carbon copies out there, so when you can get with the authentic, you gotta jump in. It's like taking a Miri or a Sperry. I'm gonna take the Amiri every time. So I appreciate you guys for being authentic.
Well, thank you. First of all, that was really sweet of you to say, and I appreciate you for that in itself. Because to sit next to you, it's an honor in itself. So I appreciate that.
Same. It's a privilege. It's a privilege.
So where are you originally from?
Sacramento, California.
Really?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
I lived in Cali. Wow. Okay.
It's a different vibe, ain't it?
It is. Yeah. So what was life like in Sacramento for you?
Sacramento is a different place. I think Cali in a whole is a different place. There's a lot of imitators, a lot of states that try to imitate the culture, man. But I grew up in the gangland.
Okay.
Shout out Mozzie. That's one of my homies. We grew up together. We're from the same place, same hood, Oak Park, California. So we saw the same struggles, and it was different.
Yeah.
You know, gun violence was normal behavior. It was like 4th of July every day. Seeing a crackhead on the streets was something normal every day. So you step over, you go in the liquor store, you get your stuff, and you step right back over, and you didn't see nothing.
Real survival mode.
Yeah. So, you know, it kind of shaped the way that I felt about getting out. I told myself, man, I'm gonna get out of it. But I found myself in it. So for years I was in it, but I told myself I would find a different way. So shout out Sacramento, South Sac, Iraq.
Yeah. Shout out to y'all.
Shout out CML. Hey, shout out to the ops. But it just made me what it was.
So what influenced you in your life growing up? And who?
My mom and dad are immigrants. My dad's from Nigeria. My dad is from Cuba. My mom is from Nigeria.
Okay, wow.
So, you know, just...
What a blend.
They were both super saved and sanctified. So I grew up in church, one foot in the church and the other arm and leg and shoulder in the streets. So it was a little different, you know. I made sure that I made my home. I kept peace in the house. I was just bragging about getting 4 whoopings growing up because I learned how to slide. But it wasn't because I was doing right. I just learned I didn't like whoopings. So it was different. Both my parents, they started from the cotton fields.
Okay.
And my dad shined shoes. So the love of money, the love of living life, the love of full life is what they taught us. And so I didn't grow up in a broken home. I don't got that backstory. I just broke my home every time I left. So
why do you say that?
You know, I was one of those kids that was like, you know, my mom, I come home, there were Jordans and there were nice clothes, but I went to a school where they didn't wear nice clothes. And so they hustled to get nice clothes. And so I was infatuated more or less with the struggle and the hustle and hip hop music. And when I would go home, there was no hip hop music. There was just Donnie McClurkin and Karen Clark and worship and a house of love and a house of Jesus. And so I left the house and I made sure I sagged my pants a little bit. And I made sure, you know, I had the rubber bands to put my hair in cocoa buds and I learned the language. And when I would come home, I'd take that same hood guy and I'd put it right in the drawer and hang up the hood shoulders and hang it up in the closet. And so every time I left, I felt like I broke a part of me because once you're far gone, it's hard to get back. And so I got to a place where my dad passed away and my mom was like, you too far gone. Yeah. So you need to make up and you got to make a decision. And so I just struggle with the church and the streets. And I mean, there's a lot of probably PKs and these hood cats that probably like, yeah, I did come from church, you know. I'm open about it, you know. I love that part of me. And I love the part of me that struggled. You know, I feel like if I didn't struggle, I wouldn't know what success looked like. If I didn't not have $1 in my pocket, I wouldn't know what it's like to have $100,000. If I didn't know what homelessness looks like, you know, I was by choice, of course, because I chose to make my own way. But making my own way is the reason why I got to the stages I'm on. I got to the platforms I was on. I made music how I made it. I wrote music from the streets because everybody's story was sad, and somebody's mama was left raising a kid by herself, and somebody's daddy got killed, and somebody's brother was in jail. So I was a Picasso with the pen, and that's what made me COJ, aka Class Dollas. So life is life, you know. So
what brought you to Atlanta, and how old are you, or what year was it?
I came to Atlanta 2017.
Okay.
And it was just the allure of what Black Hollywood really looked like. I came out here a couple times growing up, and I just saw nothing but Black people. And I was like, dang, this is real, you know. And the old Atlanta was 24 hours. So when you come out here, you literally could be up all night, and the clubs didn't close till 8 in the morning, and they open up again at 4 in the afternoon. And before COVID, so I got here before COVID, and I was able to see the decline. To me, I feel like Atlanta lost a lot of Atlanta. After COVID.
Okay, yeah, I can concur to that.
Like COVID took a lot of the culture of Atlanta. They limited what we could do, what we could say, what was okay, the hours that we could do it.
Yeah.
I remember a time, you know, you could drive through Atlanta, get here at 2 in the morning, and go to they're not even open anymore, but you go to a strip club any time of the night, and it was the same thing. Or go to a restaurant, it was a strip club.
Yeah.
Or just the culture of Atlanta, I feel like we've censored it so much that it's not Atlanta anymore. That's why we're picking up going to Houston, and we're picking up going to these other places, because we're trying to find that feeling that we used to get.
So, you feel like Atlanta is the only state that's like that, and all the other states that you've been to is not?
I've been a lot of places. I've been out the country. I've been a lot of states, and I still think that Atlanta holds strong with the culture.
Yeah.
I don't think that they've deviated, not even a little bit with the culture. I feel like the culture still stands steady. Okay. So I mean, Houston is trying, you know, but I just feel like everything else is a duplicate.
Yeah.
You know, the car life, the music life. I mean, music alone. We have the most Grammy Awards coming out of Atlanta.
Right.
And my favorite line in music, it was part of my tag, is I'm a Cali boy, but I'm so Atlanta.
Yeah.
And people don't understand it when I say things like that. But it's because the Atlanta mindset, I was able to come here and open my first barbershop, something I'd never be able to do in California. I opened my second barbershop. They were rooting for us to start our company that we just started. And you don't get that in other states.
Yeah.
Atlanta's a place where they're like, you want to be Black and successful? Give you a chance.
Yeah.
And if you fail, it's really on you, because you could go to the gas station and see Jermaine Dupri. That's that kind of city that you live in. And so I was able to come here and just kind of make my mark and say, hey, this is me. This is what I do. And I actually started off singing a lot of, this back when Atlanta was Atlanta, I was going to these karaoke clubs where you could go to these karaoke spots and Usher would be there. And I was able to sing, and coming from an R&B background, I was able to establish myself as a singer-songwriter, not just a songwriter. There's a lot of songwriters that can't record their own stuff they write. I go in and record my own stuff and I sell it. And then there are wins or losses, but I was able to do that here. So I came here and I stayed, picked up. I was married at the time, and we were like, let's pick up and go. So yeah, picked up everything, sent the Charger here, the Challenger here, and we made our way.
So what all have you done in 2025? What are the things that you have done?
2025, I charted twice. Apple Music, I charted top 100. Billboard's top 100, I charted 74. And I think in Apple Music was more like, I think it was like 42. I was nominated for 2 awards for Black Only.
Okay. Congratulations.
God's good. Didn't win, but a win is still a win.
Absolutely.
Even some losses are wins. I finished 3 movies last year. Shout out Tone the Goat. Shout out Des Lamont, one of the biggest movie producers in Detroit. We finished 2 movies with Michael Massey. We're in the process of casting for some new ones. Became a casting director last year. I got hired. And then I just was able to freely be Class last year. I had a team that was really behind me about just, don't try to keep up.
That's important, though. That really is.
Because I was trying to make this music, and I'm like, I want to do this rap beat kind of thing. They're like, nah, just sing.
Yeah.
And so shout out Ugly Money Nietzsche. He hit me one day and was like, come and just do your thing.
Shout out Ugly Money Nietzsche.
Shout out Ugly Money Nietzsche, man. And we were at KOD, and I said, I don't like the strip club scene. I'm not that type of artist. He's like, nah, just come and do you. And I went and I did me, and I had a song in rotation called Drizzy Flow. I had dropped it. And the first year I dropped it, shout out DJ Dutch, he dropped it, and everywhere we went, he was breaking the record. And other DJs picked up on it, and I was like, this could be a good record. And that was 2024, and so 25, I got with my team, Damien and some other people, we were like pushing this record, and I was able just to go and grab fans from every age demographic. I was able to grab friends, like shout out Thug, shout out Nardo Wick, shout out some of the people that are staples here, 21, that we bumped shoulders, Lotto. I was able to get my record to Situation, Sukiana, shout out Suki, the rest with the good.
2 Chainz.
2 Chainz, like the city was listening to this music and they were like, dang, that's different. We haven't heard that in Atlanta. We've heard the Lil Babies, we've heard different things, but Drizzy, the song's called Drizzy Flow. Shout out to Kalani, my engineer, man. We trenched it out. We didn't know it was going to be as big of a record as it was, but the streams hit the millions, and then they went up. I checked one day, I was in the car, and I was like, man, look at this. They're at 95.
Right.
9 million, 500 streams. And so really didn't know what to do with myself because this generation is based on streams, but not just streams alone. Because I'm like, they should be knocking my door down.
Yeah.
But the deals were coming in, and they were just horrible. They were horrible. And I'm like, dude, I make that in a year.
Yeah.
Like, why would I do this? Or OVO XO offered me a 360 deal, and everybody's like, you should have took it. I'm like, I should have took it though. But at the time, I'm like, I'm worth more. So 25.
Your worth. That's important though.
I mean, we got to. I felt like.
There's nothing wrong with that.
But at the same time, I learned humility. I'm like,
I was just about to ask you, what was one thing that you learned?
Humility. I think I was at the top of my game in the summer. And I was booked everywhere. Yeah. Every time I looked at my phone, every time my phone rang, I could literally go anywhere and everybody knew me. DJs had the song. And I broke my leg one day. Oh. Walking.
How did you do that?
Listen, when you're tall, you just tend to have those days where you're walking, and I was walking. Okay. And I fell down an embankment on the west side, literally walking from a show to the car. And I broke my femur. Oh. Yeah, and I never had a broken bone in my life, but it humbled me because everything I had going for myself faded. Because as fast, how the scene is, as fast as you're in the scene, you go away for a couple weeks. You gotta stay there. And so the moment that they blink and they don't see you, they blink again, and they might look around the corner, but they're not gonna go outside and look for you. Yeah. And so I was able to watch things go, people go, friends go, management go. They're like, this is the time where you get washed up. Well, to God be the glory. These movies came in, and everybody was saying, let's go movies. I'm like, yeah. But I jumped in this movie, 30-Year-Old Freshman. Shout out, tell him to go again. Shout out. The movie is absolutely a work of art. It comes out February 2nd. Okay. We just did a movie premiere on the 17th and 22nd in theaters. Very, very, very dope movie. Jessica Dimes in the movie. Okay. No Nick J. Shout out White Dolomite. Shout out to y'all. Jesse McDonald. Like, it has an all-star cast in it. Big Homie Blocks. Shout out Big Homie Blocks.
That's my boy.
Yeah, he's a cold dude. Mike Beasley's in the movie. Okay. Demi's in the movie. Shout out Coach Lisa. Shout out to y'all. And the movies took the place of the music, and I was able to. That's very much true. I agree. To shift. Yeah. And it's so funny. This generation is so afraid to act their age. I was able to just be myself. See, okay, hold on now. We gotta keep it copacetic and true though. Yeah. They have never act that age before.
You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm learning and how
Correct.
to look at it. They've never acted that age before, so I can't really blame them.
I like
but at the
that.
same, yeah. But at the same time, motherfucker, goddamn.
Damn, nigga, take them skinny jeans off. Nah, you know what? It's so funny too. I had these jeans one time, and it was just a little too tight. And then
Maybe that's why you.
Hold on, wait a minute. I came outside. I'm like, man, I'm fresh to death. They like, you look like you in 7th grade. You need to fix that. I'm like, okay, let me try this again. But I think the ability to just be a person's self is what I mean. Not even act your age. Like when you can just. I feel like for years I'm like, I'm Class Dollas. I wake up, I'm like, Class Dollas. I gotta Class Dollas. Like, sing or whatever, right? I gotta make myself known. Like, I gotta affirm myself, right? And then you forget that you're a normal person.
No, for real.
You forget that I don't gotta go out. Yeah. So I started this thing where I was like, shoot, I'm not gonna walk out with security.
Okay.
I'm gonna just own my celebrity, and I'm gonna be with the people, because I think that's where celebrity is misconstrued. Celebrity is just who knows you.
Yeah.
It's just the notoriety. Celebrity doesn't separate you from anybody else. The bus driver is known. Your bus driver, when you were going to high school, might be the greatest bus driver ever. Guess what? She's my celebrity.
Yeah.
My mother's a celebrity. Shout out to my mom. She just passed away.
Oh, my condolences.
It's all good. You know,
shout out to your mom.
her favorite line was, "My life was a fairy tale." And so I to this day, I'm like, I want to live to be able to tell somebody, man, my life was a fairy tale. You know, there was a happy ending, there was a middle, and there was a climax.
I love that.
You know, and so
I'm saying that.
You gotta say, and I was looking at her. I'm like, what a happy end, like fairy tale. It was from the cotton fields to meeting my father, to having 33 years of marriage, to never getting married again.
And that's rare.
Come on, it is. And then to taking her life story and making it into a business. The #1 nonprofit in California. She has a nonprofit called Grandma's House. Shout out to Grandma's House for at-risk kids. And so it was those things that even in sadness, I'm like, dude, you know what? Let me pick up this cross. Let me pick up this mantle, and this year do it right. Let me mature. Let me be humble. So, like I was telling you in the beginning, this is like big for me.
Because that's really rare that a lot of people with your statue have that humility too. There's some that do, but there's a lot that don't.
Correct.
A lot of them are high maintenance, and to even be in your presence, it's really refreshing.
Appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it. Feelings mutual. So that's Class Dollas.
So when did you decide, like, what made you want to be in music, honestly?
I think
what influenced that other than your family and the upbringing you had?
Good music. I grew up with a dad that would play records. He had a record player, and I grew up like on Rolls Royce and Al Green and just real good
Very
music.
white.
Lenny Williams, girl, you know, like, shout out Lenny Williams. When I'm hosting, that's my favorite. You know, that's my favorite. I hit that and everybody just loses their mind. But I grew up where people actually talked about things, and so I was like, dude, when I get outside of the church, I'm gonna make music like that. And so I started to write. Shout out Guapale. I met Guapale going back and forth from Sacramento. Shout out Rico the Kid. But I would go to Oakland and I would hang out with these rappers, D-Lo, and I would hang out with 40 when he had his club, and I was a young dude. And we ran into this girl, and she sounded weird, and she looked different. And I remember writing, and I was trying to sell this song, and somebody locally was like, I got this girl. And I'm like, nah, Guapale. It's horrible. But shout out Guapale for being different. And I learned that being different is good. And so wrote that Closer to My Dreams was really my Picasso and how I saw music and how I wanted people to view me and see me. And it took off from there. And so it was stuff like that. It was the old school mixed with the new school, the Mary J. Blige and the Keisha Coles, and shout out Keisha Cole, my homegirl.
Shout out to you, Keisha.
that shaped the way I looked at music. Soul Child, Dwelle, Maxwell, people like that I was like, dude, I want to be like that. And so music elevates and it evolves and it does different things. So all of that made me kind of the style of.
Looking back at your life of 2025 and the evolutions of Class, Dollas, did you ever look at life thinking that you were going to be up here? What did you think your life was going to be?
25, I think it was to be honest, it was a really down year for me.
Yeah.
For other people, they're like, it was a great year, but I'm like, dude, I was depressed. I was losing my mom. I had broken my leg. I was losing opportunities. I was finding out friends weren't friends. I started to see the snakes in the grass. And one thing about it, when you're down and the money's not coming in and you're not popping bottles and you're, shout out to the non-drinkers.
People move differently.
Yeah, so I'm a sober dude I've been, I don't really drink. I don't smoke. But in sobriety, like that lifestyle, the covering is not there. You can see everything. And so when you can see everybody for who they are, it's like depressing. Like, dang, you were just around me because you could get in every club, or you was just around me because when I go in a club, they shout me out. That's it.
I can definitely agree.
And it's like, where are the real people at?
Yeah.
And so it took all year for me to find out who was really in my corner. And it took a whole year for me to realize humility. And it took me a whole year to realize you can't live in yesterday. You have to jump in today. And that's the biggest thing for me. I think when I realized, like, to a young person that's whammying or take me through there, when you're like, well, I'm 2-time Grammy nominated, they're like, cool, can you do this? Can you do this? And I'm like, yeah, all right, we'll do it. And then we'll pay attention to you. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, now I'm like, take me through there. Then, I had to get like out of this mode, like, but I put in my work. They're like, you ain't put enough in. So 25 was a year where I did not see myself here. I didn't see myself dropping more albums. I didn't see myself doing much of anything other than acting this year. But to God be the glory, I got put in a situation where I was isolated. And I came up with this album, Atlanta Showers. It was based on my tears, my feelings. And it was like this sound that I was like, this is the sound that they wanted me to duplicate when I dropped Drizzy Flow. And Demi will tell you, like, all year I was in the studio recording. And
that's what helped you through 2025? It
did. And I ended up dropping all the music I recorded. I dropped a song after that called New AP. And New AP was like, they were like, yes, you're there. And the feedback was big. Ric Flair, shout out DJ Ric Flair. He was like, dude, this is it.
Right.
Shout out Michael Montana. They were like, this is it.
Shout out to y'all.
And so when I hit that algorithm, I stayed on it. And so right now I'm like feeling real big. I'm feeling real big. And I'm like, this is the year of the dollars. You know what I'm saying? This is my year. And that's what we're going to do. So shout out 25. Okay. 25 was...
Before we wrap it up, this awesome interview, I have one more question. What's one thing that you feel like is really important for people in the industry to have?
Stay true to yourself. Don't become the industry. Let the industry become you. And what I mean by that is I'm not going to let them take my lane. But if you want to join me, you can join me, and you can jump in my lane. So I always say my favorite line, my tag is, this is R&B the new way. And now everybody's like, we need some of that R&B the new way. I write for Tank. I've written for Tank. Shout out to Pain, Sex, Love, and Pain.
Shout out.
The Coldest, I wrote it. That's his intro to Sex, Love, and Pain. But I don't write like that for me. So they're like, write the same way you wrote for him. If I could tell anybody, nah, I'm going to write for me. Yeah. And if you like me or you like what I'm writing, you're going to get with me. And if not, get with somebody else's program.
I know that's right.
So, my fan base is my fan base. So shout out to my fan base, the Dollar Team.
We love y'all.
Y'all know what's up, man. Shout out. Rip the mic for having me. It's real.
Thank you.
It's been real.
It's been real.
For sure.
It was a pleasure having you.
I'll talk.
Look forward to seeing all the great things you have to come.
I'll talk.
And hope to see you back.
I'll talk.
Let's hear on the Rip the Mic show with your girl Sunshine and our guest today, Class Dollas.